Hello crafters, I'm Jan B and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this birthday card. I showed it on my blog yesterday and I featured some new products that are going to go live today in the new spring summer catalogue, and the suite that I've used is called Petal Passion. So I'm going to change my colour scheme. This one I've used Pink Pirouette, but for the video I'm going to use Pool Party. So the cardstock you're going to be needing, you need a card base of Pool Party, which measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8, or 21 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres, scored and folded at 10.5 centimetres. Then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, which measure 4 inches by 5 5/8 inches, which is 10.25 by 14.25 centimetres. And then you need a piece of the Petal Passion Designer Series paper, which measures 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches, which is 10 by 14 centimetres. And then you need 5 pieces of Whisper White. You need 1 piece that measures 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches, which is 8.2 by 8.2 centimetres. You need another piece that is 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, which is 7 by 7 centimetres. Another piece which is for the flowers, and that measures 2 3/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches, which is 7 by 8.9 centimetres. And then you need a piece for the sentiment, which measures 1 3/4 inches by 2 1/2 inches, which is 4.4 by 6.3 centimetres. And then for the robin, you need a piece that's about 1 1/2 inches by 2 inches, which is 3.8 by 5 centimetres. Now I'm going to do the stamping first, so it's those 3 pieces and also that one for the inside. In fact, no, I'm going to do my colouring first. All the paper in the Petal Passion Designer Series paper pack is all black and white like this. I'm just going to quickly show you what the designs are, and also please note that this one is what they call colour wash, so they'll be light and dark. Please don't think that it's a fault with the paper, that's how it was designed. So there's that one with stripes on the back. There's that flowery one, which is upside down, which has that one on the back. Then there's the leaves, which is rather like one of the Christmas papers we had. And then you've got that one on the back. And then that one, which has that one on the back. And that one, which has the spots on the back. That one, which is the one that I've used on my card. Come back. And on the back of this one, it's that one. So the obvious question is, can you colour the sheet, like I'm going to do with this one, on the ones that got a white background? The answer to that is yes. I've already done one, and I'll show you that at the end. But the question is, by colouring these sheets all over, how much ink is it using from the pen? I don't know the answer to that one, but what I do know is that these pens, we actually sell them as individuals, and it isn't cheaper to buy the whole lot at the same time. So for example, if you just wanted to try, say, 2 or 3 colours, you could buy just those 2 or 3 colours that you wanted without buying the whole lot, and by buying just the 2 or 3 colours, you're still paying the same amount for those 2 or 3 as you would for per unit as you would for the whole lot. So if I find that I've used an awful lot out of here, it's no worries, because I'd just go and buy another one of these. Right, so all you need to do is really just colour over. Now I'm using the dark Pool Party, And for the first one that I did, the pink one here, I only coloured on the white bits. I didn't go all over like I have here, partly because I thought it was a bit of a waste, but secondly, I really wasn't sure how much ink I'd be using just doing that technique, let alone what I'm doing here. But I came to the conclusion that doing the white areas only, I didn't think I'd used very much ink, but it was very time consuming. Okay, so you just keep going over the whole piece and colouring the whole lot. Okay, another advantage of doing the whole lot on here is because some of these designs are what they call water wash, you will actually be making the water wash more coloured all over, where it's coming up like a light back, bits of white coming through, you will actually colouring them with whatever colour you're using. Now I have already done a complete sheet here, so you don't have to watch me doing all of that. So I'll put that aside. Now I'm going to do my stamping. So first of all, this is the inside of my card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bird on a branch, and I am going to do the bird first, and then I'm going to do the branch because I've set my Stamp-a-ma-jig up for the branch. But first, let me show you the stamp set. It's called Petal Palette, and it comes in 2 boxes because there are so many stamps in this set. It's 15 altogether. It's a beautiful, beautiful set, and I love these sayings. I did go to a different stamp set to get the happy birthday for my card, because there's not a happy birthday here. But I have used the thank you already, and I've also used the congratulations. It just wasn't suitable for the card that I'm doing. Right, and it also has a set of dies to go with it. Now when you're using Stampin' blends, which are alcohol based pens, you should use Memento ink. So I'm using the Tuxedo Black Memento. So I'm just going to put my bird there, and so that I can get him sort of sitting on a branch, I've put my Stamp-a-ma-jig set up like that, so he can have 1 foot on each leaf there. Yeah, just make sure I got the end of the twig facing the right way. There we go, that's good. So that's that one done. On this one I need the bird again. Okay, so I can colour that one. The sentiment, which seems to, oh here it is. The sentiment is from another new stamp set, which is called Southern Serenade. There's this one. Another nice stamp set. That's going to be nice to colour if you like colouring, which I do. I'm no expert at it. I'm going to be using Stampin' blends, but I will show you the quick and dirty way of using them. If you want to learn to use them properly, there are plenty of videos on YouTube. I didn't do that very well, did I? So let me get myself another piece. Is that going to be big enough? As long as I stamp it right in the centre, it will be. Forgot what I was saying then. Let me just check the die on that. think that's going to work just about. Yep, okay, that'll be fine. Yes, I can't remember what I was going to say, but never mind. I think it was all about colouring, wasn't it? About watching other people's videos if you would like to learn how to use stamping blends properly. Right, I'm just going to pop this right in the middle of my piece of cardstock. There we go, lovely. Right, now I am going to use, now I like to do my leaves first. One bit of advice I would give you is when you are colouring this, don't take the nib of your brush right to the outside of the black line, stay on the inside, because the colours do bleed very, very slightly, but if you're too close to it, it will come the wrong side of your black line. Right, again, I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole lot on here. I do have another one prepared over there, methinks. Yep, I do. So what I do is I colour the once like that, and then I will use my blend, stamping blends, and just do another line by that centre vein on the leaf. If I find that I've been over the leaf too much first time round and this doesn't show up, then I'll go over it again to make sure it does look darker. And then I'm going to use Pool Party for the flowers. And all I'm going to do is colour all over, just as I did with the leaves. Now I'm going to go over the base of each petal, and I'm going to colour in again so that that bit is darker than the rest. I don't know how much you can see on the screen at the moment, but I will bring it up so that you can see it close up. Okay, so I'm just going above each of the black lines so that it's effectively the base of each petal. Right, okay. So if you look at the leaves where they've got the darker line down by the vein, the centre vein, and it doesn't show up too much the lighter areas on the petal, but I'm going to show you the cheats way of sorting that out. Your best friend when you're using Stampin' Blends is the colour lifter. Okay, so if you have a look at, let's say, which one shall we say, that one there, that petal there, okay, now I'm going to take some of the colour out by using my colour lifter. Okay, all I'm going to do, because I was doing the dark colour at the base of the petal, so at the top of it I am going to go round just like that. with the colour lifter. Now you can see a definite light and dark area. Okay, so I'm going to do that in a couple more places. Just so that it makes the difference between the light and dark areas more noticeable. As I say, this really is not the proper way of doing it, but it works for me. There we go. Now you can see a lot more definite, I think, in all the petals, can't you? Alright, so that's a cheats way of colouring with stamping blends. In fact, I better die cut that die cut that one out as well. Let me colour the robin. Okay, so I'm going to use the light crumb cake, and I go up to about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge because I like to colour in these lighter bits. I like them to look a little bit browny coloured, shall we say, and then down the tail, not going too close to the edge. And I really don't worry about doing any light and dark on him. But what I do with him is, because to me that's a robin, I always give him a red breast, and all I do for that is I do like a curve, and my curves vary each time I do it. Okay, so to me that's gorgeous, lovely. So there's that and that and that need die cutting. So we need to colour this. Oh, what have I done there? Don't think about it. I'll clean it up later. Right, so I'm going to colour this one exactly the same as I did the first one. This one is the one that's going to go inside the card. And just make sure the lighter bits look brown as well. And then I will make him... Oh, sorry, this is the light cherry cobbler that I've used for his red breast. Okay, the flowers, obviously I'm going to do the blue. It's up to you to decide what you think are flowers and which ones you think are leaves. I think there are just 3 leaves. Right, I think I'll go over this with a colour lifter. It's easier. Right, now this is the light old olive for the leaves. Okay, colour lifter. Oops, there we go. Okay, a little bit of shading there. So that, I think, is everything now, isn't it? So I can bring up my big shot. We can get the die cutting done, and then it's just a question of putting the card together. Right, I will die cut these out, but finish off colouring later. These, this is the set of dies that come with the stamp set. And just a moment, I'll pick it up so you can see all the bits. 4 of the dies fit stamps, and that's these 2 and those 2 there. And that one as well, we'll cut the sentiment out. And I'm sure that's going to fit plenty of other sentiments as well in other stamp sets. But these ones here are just die cuts, and that's what they cut like. Okay, that's beautiful, that is. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful set. Well worth the money. To buy that if you get the bundle, it's £56.50 or 74.50 euros, which for both of them it's enough to choose a free gift. And I've lost my little bird. There he is. Yes, for every £45 or 60 euros you spend, you can choose a gift from the celebration catalogue, and that starts today, so that's good. For the sentiment there, I'm using the oval, the second size oval from the stitched shape framelits, and for the circles I'll be using these 2, which are number 3 and 4. Yes, if you buy the stamp sets and dies as a bundle, then you do save 10% on the price, and it will still let you it will still allow you to get the free gift. Come on, stop moving. Right, let's see. Oh, good heavens, that's not right, is it? Right, I think that one's okay, and that looks alright. So we'll do the 2 circles next. Now just make sure they don't move. There we go. So there we go. There's the flowers, which true Blue Peter style. Here's one I made earlier. That one I'll finish off later. And the bird. The sentiment. And then these 2. So that's all we need that for. Now I think we just need to put our card together. So let's see, have we got all our pieces here? That's for all of that. That goes inside. And right, I'm going to use Tombow to put all of my pieces together. As you can see, the blends do come through, and that's quite normal. Not bad, because it also shows you what the stripy one would look like if you coloured that. That's good, isn't it? Right. I think it's looking nice with the pool party. I'm not sure what other colours I'd try. Oh, Berry Burst I imagine would look nice, wouldn't it? And oh, what's the purpley one, light purpley? Oh, that's going to drive me mad. Can I see it from here? Sweet Sugar Plum. Yep, that would look lovely. That wasn't opening there for a moment. I thought maybe I'd stuck it on the wrong side. There we go. That looks like ink to me, so I'll use my ink eraser on that. Right, now to put these two together, I put glue on all the back of the smaller circle. You could use dimensionals at this stage, but it means that you will finish up with 3 layers of dimensionals, and to me that's too much. Now I'm just going to make sure that I adhere the edge of this to the edge of that, so there's nothing going over. I just think that this is something that's a little bit different, that's all. I think that looks quite nice like that. So I need dimensionals on that, on that, on that, and that. And with the bird, I've got to remember just to put dimensionals on the top half, because his feet are going to be resting on there. So I'm going to use a selection of the standard size and the small dimensionals. So I like 5 large ones on the outside, and then 1 small one on the centre, just to give it a bit of support. And then on this one I like big ones on the either end, and then little one either side. And then this one I always start off with the small ones, so that I've got the little pointy bits covered. Then it's easier to decide where I want the big ones to go. Do I want those and those? Well, I've got little ones, I can do. And now I just need big ones. There we go, that'll be brilliant for that. And for the bird, I think I'll only use small ones. I'll use 3 of these, and then I have started keeping a little line of these that I've got cut in half. So I've got these cut ready, so when I want half a dimensional, like I do now for his tail, that's all ready to go. I use those little ones quite a lot, so it was quite a good idea to have some ready like that. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I just want to try and put the backings on there. These little backings get everywhere. I was having a glass of water before I went to bed last night and one of them was looking at me through the bottom of the glass. Right, now with this what I'm going to do is where that joins, I'm going to put it up there, pointing it towards there, but what I want to make sure is that I've got the same gap here as I have on this side, and it won't leave much of a gap there. Let me bring this one over so you can see. Okay, so that bit towards the corner, and just judging that that is about the same as that, which it looks like. And then I'm going to put my flowers on. Right, so that's going to be going like that. And then this one. I'm just going to hold this up to make sure I get this one straight. And what I'm doing with this is I'm trying to make sure I get the same level there and there, the same gap, which hopefully is going to be the same as I've got up there as well. I think that's about right. Oh, I didn't pay attention to what I was doing for the bird. I said don't put any down there. Silly girl. Do what I say, don't do what I do. Right, let's pull that one off. Okay, because I want him to sit on there. You may want to put some liquid glue or some fast fuse where his legs are onto the sentiment. I don't worry about it because even with 3 dimensionals on like that, I think he's got quite enough there holding him. And I do try and make sure that he's sitting up straight with his tail pointing downwards. So there we go, that's today's card. I hope you like it, hope you give it a try. But let me just show you one more that I did, and that is the one that the DSP that I've used is from this set, but it had a white background. See what you think about this. Personally, I think it looks lovely. Does that use any more ink colouring all over it than that one? I doubt it. But I think they'll work. I think it's such a great idea. I love it. Absolutely love it. I hope you do too. Remember that it is called the Petal Passion Suite. And for your information, if you've got the new catalogue, it's on page 23. If you don't have the new catalogues and you'd like copies and you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, please email me at jambi@jambicards.com and I'll be happy to mail them out to you. Many thanks for joining me today. If you've got any comments to make, any questions to ask, please leave them in the box below the video. I'm always very happy to help you. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here, there'll be a link to my 24/7 shop in the box below. If you've enjoyed my video and you'd like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also in the box below I will write all the measurements and all the products that I've used with the product codes. So one click on an arrow down there and it'll all open up and it'll be all available to you. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.